In the frozen reaches of northern Siberia, where temperatures drop to -50 degrees, there's a group of people who've lived the same way for over 1,000 years. They're called the Nenets, and they're one of the last truly nomadic peoples on Earth. The Nenets don't live in one place. They migrate across the tundra with their reindeer, following ancient routes that stretch over 700 miles. It's one of the longest migrations of any human group in the world, and they do it on foot, in some of the harshest conditions imaginable. Their entire life revolves around reindeer. These animals provide everything: meat for food, hides for clothing, sinew for thread, antlers for tools. A single family might own anywhere from 50 to several thousand reindeer. The animals aren't just livestock, they're survival itself. The Nenets live in portable tents called chums. Picture a teepee, but designed for Arctic conditions. They're made from reindeer hides stretched over wooden poles with a hole at the top for smoke to escape. Inside, there's a small fire. It's the only source of heat when the temperature outside could kill you in minutes. Nenets' children learn to lasso reindeer by age 5. By 7, they can handle a team on their own. By their early teens, they know how to navigate by stars, read weather patterns, and survive whiteout blizzards. These are skills that take a lifetime to master, passed down through generations. But their way of life is under threat. Climate change is melting the permafrost they depend on. The tundra is becoming marshy and unpredictable. Migration routes that worked for centuries are now dangerous. The ice doesn't freeze as thick as it used to, and the seasons are shifting. The story of the Nenets goes back further than most people realize. Archaeologists believe the Nenets' ancestors migrated to the Arctic tundra around 500 AD, possibly even earlier. They came from the Sayan Mountains in southern Siberia, moving north as climate patterns shifted. What they found was a frozen wasteland that seemed impossible to survive. But they didn't just survive, they thrived. The key was reindeer. Nobody knows exactly when the Nenets first domesticated wild reindeer, but by the medieval period, they developed a relationship with these animals unlike anything else in the world. Not farming, not herding in the traditional sense, true nomadic partnership. While Genghis Khan was building his empire to the south, the Nenets were establishing migration routes across the tundra, routes they still follow today. While European explorers were discovering the New World, Nenets' families were navigating by starlight across 700 miles of frozen wilderness every single year. For centuries, the outside world barely knew they existed. Russian expansion didn't reach the far north until the 1600s. And when it did, the Nenets faced a choice: adapt to the Russian way of life or continue their ancient traditions. Thousands chose to keep moving. Over 1,500 years, empires have risen and fallen. Technologies have transformed the world. Borders have been drawn and redrawn. But the Nenets, they're still out there, still migrating, still living in balance with the reindeer and the tundra. One of humanity's oldest ways of life, surviving into the modern age. That's the legacy of the Nenets.